Flight to Mars could be better, although it could be a hell of a lot worse too. This photography is quite decent, very striking and defined, although perhaps its general art design is excessively polished for science fiction. The film was directed by one Lesley Selander and photographed by one Harry Newman. Newman was apparently the cinematographer on previous FOTD Two Lost Worlds, and his work seems much more impressive here. It isn't quite the illustrious romance which Lionel Linden conjured for Destination Moon, although it is a pleasing novelty, what we receive in Flight to Mars. In some ways, a remake of the previous year's rocket ship XM previously discussed for FOTD. The production of Flight to Mars would reutilize sets, props, and even sound effects from rocket ship XM's, although of course Flight to Mars was filmed in colour, Cinecolor, and one may recall rocket ship XM's arrival on Mars was accidental. They were intending for the moon. It's a peculiar number. Flight to Mars is certainly superior to rocket ship XM, and at only 70 minutes in length does not outstay its welcome, in my opinion. A fairly welcome addition to a day, at least for myself. I was fairly pleased with Flight to Mars. Much of this film is the interaction between the explorers and an extraterrestrial civilization on Mars, which is rather watchable. It is pretty peaceful. Well, it would be completely peaceful were it not for apocalyptic circumstances. The Martians appear not to have developed space travel. I don't remember if this was addressed in the film itself or not. I suspect it was, and I don't remember or didn't notice. Though even if they had, it is uncertain whether they would have been peaceful or not. You see, leave now to avoid spoilers. I'll give everyone a few seconds. Okay, good. The Martians mined their planet empty, or are about to. They need a new home, and reverse engineering the spaceship technology under the guise of repairing it seems as good a start to finding one as any. The Martians intend Earth to be their new homeworld, and given the secrecy with which they treat these plans, keeping the Earth and astronauts in the dark, one figures that their intentions are not entirely wholesome. So eventually these Martians might try to conquer the Earth, but for now the astronauts escape, and with two Martian citizens, a former major statesman and a gifted scientist among them, Earth will be sure to stand a fighting chance if those Martians ever try to take any of its resources by force. Presumably. Oh well, the film was overall fun. I liked it. An interesting experience to see the framework for subsequent 1950s American science fiction. I appreciated my time with 1951's Flight to Mars.